Yes, I've been told that this is my chance to reinvent myself. But what if you don't even know who you're supposed to be? I've spent my life working, surviving, raising my children. I had my first child at 22, so I never really got a chance to find myself. I never had, you hear all the time people talk about, oh, I wanted to be this since I was 3 years old, or I knew that this was what I wanted to do when I was 7 years old, or I went through this situation, and I wanted to be a doctor, or, I was in a car accident, so I wanted to be a doctor, or, I never had that. I never had a passion. I never had a purpose. I never had any kind of life-altering event that caused me to want to be a certain thing. I never had a passion. I had interests. I like crafts. I like crochet. I've been crocheting and knitting and doing different things like that as a kid. I used to make the old latch hook rugs, cross stitch, like just crafting in general. I was always interested in the law a little bit, and I liked biology and genetics specifically. That was always kind of just a basic interest, not a passion, not anything I wanted to pursue, for the rest of my life as a career. Nothing I was really, really passionate about. Some people want to be marine biologists and some people want to be astronauts. And I'm interested in space and stuff and science fiction, but I don't want to be an astronaut. I was interested in the law, but I didn't really want to be a lawyer. There's just nothing. The only thing I really, really wanted to be was a mother, a housewife. I like to cook. I like to bake. I like to organize and take care of my kids. I like to knit and sew, and that's my passion. But now that's gone because my kids are grown. I don't have anybody to take care of but myself. And so I have no idea who I'm supposed to be. I've gotten comments like this, and they're great. They're positive comments. They're awesome. I appreciate them. But now I have to figure out who I am. Who am I supposed to be? I don't know what I want to do. Right now I'm crocheting, and I sell some small crochet items on Facebook Marketplace, but I don't sell very many. I did sell quite a bit on Etsy, but that shop is closed. I DoorDash, and that's really my main source of income right now is DoorDashing. It buys my food and my necessities. I'm still looking for some sort of stable income, a job. I did put an application in for a small store that's a 10-minute walk from here the other day, but I have not heard back from them. I turned the application in last Wednesday. I still haven't heard anything, so I don't know if anything's going to come from that. Remote work is so hard to find. It's hard to find legitimate remote jobs that are not scammy. I also don't want to do insurance sales, and I don't want to do a lot of customer service on the phone with people complaining all the time. I've done that. It's not fun. So, but I'm still looking. My problem is, how do you figure out who you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to do when you don't have anything? I have no money, no stable job, no clear direction on where I want to be, no vehicle. How do you reinvent yourself when you're starting from nothing, from zero? That's what I'm having trouble with. Reinventing myself from nothing. Where do you start? How do you even know who you're supposed to be? And I think that's where I'm stuck. I think I've been in like a depression for so long. I don't even really know what I want to do. And then all the financial stuff just keeps me stuck where I am. I don't know how to turn my dream would have been to be a housewife, be married, and I know that's crazy in this day and age. Most women have some sort of career ambitions. I never really did. I was interested in computers, and that's what I went to college for. I have an associate in applied science degree in information technology, but I never used it. I've never had a job in the computer field. I've done tech support one time for customer service for a cell phone company, but that was years ago and I didn't like it at all. But I've never used my degree really. I mean, it's something on my resume, but I never had a job in that field. It's very hard to get without experience, and then all the certifications you had to get. And again, I wasn't passionate enough about it to really want to pursue all that. I got the degree. I like going to college. I did like to learn. I like to learn a lot. If I could go to college for free, I definitely would. I would. I think my problem is I have too many interests. Like I said, I'm a true crime buff. I'm interested in the law and the legal system. I also like medications and pharmaceutical. I always wanted to be a pharmacy technician or a pharmacist when I was young. I thought that would be cool to learn about the drugs and how they affect the body and how they interact with each other. I mean, that's interesting to me. I also liked, when I went to college, I had to take biology. That was fun. And I specifically liked the sections on genetics and how certain traits are passed down through the genes of your parents. And I'm always looking at people and their children and looking at do they look like their mother, do they look like their father, what characteristics come from who. And so I mean, I do have a lot of interest, and I'm interested in computers, and I'm interested in I don't know how, I'm good at organizing and decorating. I don't know if I could get into interior design. I don't know if I could go back to school and become a paralegal, but I don't want to do all that and then not use it again. I already have a ton of student loan debt for a associate degree that I never used. I really don't want to go down that rabbit hole again. So yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I know reinventing myself is not something that's gonna happen overnight. I'm not gonna become a new person overnight, obviously. It's gonna take time, trying different things, figuring it out slowly, building something, a little bit at a time, piece by piece. But I feel like I don't have the time for that. I know 53 is not old, but it feels old. It feels like a huge chunk of my life is gone. I feel like I'm in a rush, I don't have much time left. And it's not that I'm sick or anything. I guess just 53 to me feels old. And so I feel like whatever I'm going to do, I got to hurry up and do it, because, I may not be here tomorrow. And I think it has to do with there are people my age that have died. I feel like I need to hurry because I feel like I don't have a lot of time left. You know, I'm going to hit retirement age in 10 years. I don't have 10 years to figure out what I want to be. I know people reinvent themselves at different ages. You know, people write a novel when they're 60, and that's also another thing I always wanted to do, is write a book, like a fictional love story, like a novel. I'm an avid reader, and that's the kind of books I enjoy, and so I always wanted to write one myself. But again, I never had the determination, the drive, the passion to really sit down and do it. When I was young, I did start a book, and then I never finished it. Like I'm a starter, but I start a lot of things and then don't finish them, I guess. I have a lot of interests, like a wide variety of things that I'm interested in, but not one thing that I would really go with long term, except for being a mother. That was the only thing that obviously I stuck with because I raised my kids. Now they're all 30, 28, 26 years old. I definitely don't have all the answers, but you know, I'm going to keep trying, and I'm going to keep sharing my journey here. So if you feel this way too, you are definitely not alone. Yeah, you know, I don't know who I'm supposed to be. 53 years old, and I have no idea who I am. Outside of being a mother, I don't know who I am. I'm a mother and a grandmother. I mean, that's how I identify myself. I don't know who I am as a person, as an individual, and it's very hard for me to figure that out when I have no job, no money, no car, and no independence. So, subscribe if you want to follow along and see how I'm doing, and I'll see you in the next video.